Hi, congratulations to our successful poets, Liam, Shian, George, Leo, Dean and Dan, and well done to Ellie and Marcus, you did great. Anyway, so we're going to start off with Dan and go around this way in the second round.
So those of you who attended the reading in the bookshop a couple of weeks ago, you will have heard this before. It's an examination of lad culture. It's called banter, and it's got a lot of cunt in it.
Call for and all the rest, lad. Look at the champion, cunt on that. We'll go down proper well with some naughty jizz and gravy, come and click. Dabble on some stonking gritty cummage, and Bob's your uncle, everything's coming up soaking. I'll tell you what you got to do, mate. What you got to do is blast a bitch with some oozy cum chunder. No, mate. That's to the lip. Not being funny now, though. I've probably said this before. But I went down to Southampton on a right random bender. I'll tell you something, right? Them Mackenboys are proper up for it. Know what I mean? Begging for it. Know what I mean? They need keeping on a leash, mate. Watermelon tits and burger nips. Proper naughty. Proper soggy. I'm a fucking dom, mate. Alpha fucking male number fucking 1. Top dog, Premier League. None of this shit off you now. You'll sound like such a fucking woman with your mincing about. Stop getting your fanny flaps in a twist. This is cunt, right? And we're gonna pummel it like it's the fucking Blitzkrieg! You're asking for it though, ain't they? Grinding me on the dance floor, tonsil tennis in the alleyways, can't help myself, can I? They're fucking munted, pissed off their face. I'm doing them a favour, mate. They asked for it, and I fucking deliver. None of this Nancy wanky bullshit, nah. No, eh? No. Thank you.
This poem is the first unrhymed poem that I've written in quite a while, so I'm kind of nervous for this one. But this is Optimist's Anthem. We are optimists. We like to wake up looking forward to something. We like our food plentiful and our days creeping with pocket-sized opportunities. But when it doesn't happen, it's okay. Because we are optimists, not idealists who too often break the fragile crutches of faith after leaning on them too much, thinking actions can be mouthed as easily as daydreams. We are optimists. We don't just sit and think, we stand and think. And when we can't stand to think, we do. We are optimists. We can glow in the dark, but not forever. Yet when we realise darkness also cannot last forever, we become the light that drives it away. We are optimists, not impervious to the actions of others. Because no one truly is, no matter how many times they say it. But we are the strongest renewable energy mankind has ever seen, because we are optimists. Solar-powered, wind-powered, people-powered, empowered. With enough energy, we can be unstoppable. We can be aeroplanes that life can shoot down 20 times per day, but never crash, helping people lose their fear of heights. We can be microphone speakers with a voice of incalculable volume. All scientists know is that we deafen when we whisper. We can be plastic bags that hang with wintry leaves, still accepting invites to dance from the wind. We are optimists, but we are not naive. Like in the fairy tales, alcoholics pass round like empty glasses to empty seats. We are optimists who are sometimes afraid, so become occasionally tempted by the warm hourglass figure of pessimism, hands interlocked with histories rich as soulmates, but not because we were in love, but because we were afraid of everything falling apart, melting like handkerchiefs lost in the ocean. But because we are optimists, we will recover our colour like the sky on daybreak, and while we will not always remain optimistic, our mood will eventually rise like a parade of balloons that break the clouds apart and let light spill like heavenly yoke. We are optimists. We will outlive apocalypses with our small spindly campfires, smiling at new best friends. We will compare our future to the distance of the moon, small from afar, but spectacular as it approaches. We are optimists. We will continue to take rejection until it sounds as empty as our aging doubt, respecting every rejecter along the way. And we will embrace each acceptance like a newborn child, nursing them as they take their first steps into the field of possibility. We are optimists. We will go to poetry slams, speaking and hearing poetry about optimists, wishing that was who we truly were. And we know that if we keep repeating it to ourselves, we can one day truly believe it. I am optimistic, and I have faith that we can one day be optimists. Thank you.
Hello. This one, well, I'm actually in two minds. about which one to read, because it is Friday night and I do have a poem about Friday night, but then I do have a poem that I really would like to read. So I think I will go for that one, because then you might actually get to hear the one about Friday night. This one's called Raven. It is about my home and how I feel about it, and it's a bit of a character in its own right, that house. Home is a first edition, without her dust jacket, patched with gaffer tape and gum. Flowering damp at the fringes of her skirts, a grand old Miss Havisham, dilapidated with pinholes, thread-bone bouncing stairs, and 200 years of mismatched wallpaper, a Kama Sutra of clothes, darned and stitched. Her stockings are lathered, and the brilliant webs of her varicose veins get up to her knees and stop. Our Lady Raven is the quiet something within an old something. The what do you call it silence clutching around our stove, flicking through the pages of our books, her knitting in the basket, while she nurses a mug of tea, the paint stripped from her fingernails, her toes thawing graciously in the coals. Thank you.
I think my second poem, I was going to read The Spy Who Didn't Love Me and eventually ran off because I'm a Jehovah's Witness, but that's still not ready for public consumption. So it's been 2 months in the making. So instead I'm going to read Kevin Carter photographed t-shirt, which goes like this. I have seen better men than you who believe what they do without having to write it down. I've heard songs that make more sense than all of your misguided attempts to fill a vacuum with sound. Don't get me wrong, I like that you're using your power to repay the debts of the hour that you're told you owe, and you do. But there's no honour in your badge because you're just trying to catch your points in one net to see your glories grow. There are better people too. So don't you dare tell me I'm guilty, that I won't get my hands filthy when you can afford to keep yours clean after. Your angel face inspires laughter. How does it feel sitting on a £1 million cushion with your arms around a beautiful woman and a fat wallet in your back pocket? Or does it make it feel like you bought the rights to preach while wearing Superman's tights?
This is about my favourite thing in the whole world, my bed. My bed is a coffin. My bed is made up of sweat, screams and dirt. My bed keeps me prisoner for days in a cocoon of sheets and fears. My bed wraps my bones up like a parcel. The fat under my skin spreads and expands. It's being fed through fizzy drinks and microwave meals. I'll be a 6-ton beauty by the time my bed lets me go. My bed used to be safe and warm. My bed used to invite me in. Now my bed acts as though it is a jealous lover. It's strangling me under the covers. My bed has become sentient. My bed is an angry bitch.
No, second round. It's nice. Not been here before. This one's called Atom. I'm going to tell you now, it's an extended metaphor for science, because I really like science, although I'm an English literature student. Created and moved by a series of strings, Adam passes and runs through the field, erratic with a predestination attached to him. Running, he goes as fast as the light that leaves him, moved in parts and particles by the wire over matters, rushing but never on time. He arrives in 1,000 different places late. Adam's mother lives in the box house with a cat, and no one looks inside, and no one knows the time, and no one comes through town, always occupied because there is no time like the present. So he gave her a ring, and all his heart was in it in fractions, but she was scared it would leave a fissure. So they split to create a reaction. Feel the fallout, glowing. You're a god, Adam. The nucleus and said parts. They see you, then they hear you, Adam. Stand amazed, couldn't stand without you, Adam. They'll be blown apart. You're the bomb, Adam.
Thank you again to our wonderful poets. My favourite part about Shian's poem actually is that bed is now my bed. We're going to have another short break now whilst the final two are going to be decided.